Douglas Bickford, it is 5:26:21 at 6:49 a.m. I am here teaching self-esteem on YouTube because 7 months ago I left a toxic marriage and I married into a dysfunctional family because I had no self-esteem. I'm full of self-esteem now because of one simple concept out of a book that I accidentally, which I don't believe was an accident, found in a box at my son's house, uh, where was my first stop after I left my wife of 3.5 years in Idaho, fleeing out of a toxic relationship, fleeing from a dysfunctional family, which is what her family was, and fleeing from my cat's life because my wife was going to kill my cat. Okay, she had already killed two of them. Okay, and so I was fleeing from my cat's life when I left that day, which was a 2nd of November 2020. I will never forget the day. I left with confused, hurt, and all that, right? In a fog, didn't know what I was doing, didn't know where to go. I was going. Anyway, in the book is the one simple concept that will give you self esteem very, very quickly: self love. All you got to do. The book is called The Portable Therapist, written by a doctor of psychology, Susanna McMahon. And in the book, the one simple concept that will save you, give you that. We all have this emptiness right here that we feel. And it'll satisfy that need inside of you, and you will feel it. If you look yourself in the mirror and you say, I love you, and you keep saying it over and over again for the rest of your life, don't ever stop. Then get the book, The Portable Therapist, that's in the description of this video in a link. It's in every video. You can get the book, and it has many more concepts. And I'm going through the book chapter by chapter. Get the book, read it for yourself, and then continue to watch me share and my videos, and hit the like button, okay? Because this will change your life. Okay, now this is chapter 54. Why am I always crying? Or why do I never cry? These two questions may seem to be opposite of each other, but like many opposites, they result in the same cause. Too much crying or inability to cry at all mean that there is a lack of trust in ourselves and that we're trying to control our feelings. We have been trained not to trust ourselves, our feelings, and we've also been taught that we have to control these feelings, and all this training has come from the television, the radios, and newspapers, folks. You got to turn it off. Otherwise, you're going to keep getting slammed with all of it, the subliminal messages, the evil that comes into your subconscious from all those avenues. I'm telling you. We grow up believing that giving in to our feelings is wrong and that we're weak if we do so. We cry too much when we do not trust that we can take care of ourselves. We never cry at all when we're afraid of our tears. Both reflect the fear that we cannot control ourselves. When we are crying all the time, we have probably lost sight of why we are crying at all. We have given up and given in and feel hopeless and lost. We become afraid that we are stuck in the sadness of life. When we never cry at all, we're also afraid of being out of control and being helpless. The price of our over control is not to feel, and not to feel is not to be fully alive. Both crying all the time and never crying at all are not real. Tears, when we're sad or moved, are very happy, are as natural as blowing our noses when we have a cold. By natural processes, our colds will pass. So will our tears if we allow the natural process to work. The person who is stoic and the person who cries all the time are both stuck. My wife was the stoic one that I left. Her dad died. She never shed one tear. Never. She was too. She was stuck trying to maintain how strong she was. Okay. They no longer believe in the natural process. They both are overusing and overgeneralizing one response, one defense, one way of being to all situations. They're working very hard to avoid the reality of living. In the short term, both reactions may work. In the short term, both reactions may work. Other people may rush in to take care of the crier, and they may praise the stoic for his control or her control. After a short while, however, both of these responses become tiresome. The crier may be told to pull himself together, and the stoic may find that no one can relate to him. What to do? Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, is the first thing you can do. Stop hating the tears, either the abundance or the lack of them. Give yourself permission to cry or permission not to cry. Accept that you've been trained by a faulty model, but do not blame the model. Try not to blame yourself. By giving yourself permission to do something you are already doing, you begin the process of acceptance. And an interesting phenomenon usually occurs. the opposite begins to happen. If you give yourself permission to cry when you are crying, you begin to feel more in control of yourself. You're allowing yourself to cry and you no longer feel guilty about your behavior. The same holds true when you give yourself permission not to cry. After you've given yourself permission to do what you're already doing, give yourself permission to do the opposite. Tell yourself, I will stop crying when I need to stop, or I will cry when I need to cry. This hasn't happened to me. Okay? It has. I've seen the difference. This may sound crazy and much too simplistic, but it often works. You may become stuck with a behavior when you hate yourself for that behavior. You may also get stuck when you're afraid of the behavior. Separate the feeling from the behavior. Let the feeling be and focus on the behavior. Crying is a behavior. Tears are a natural response to your feeling as part of a natural process. They will abate. Crying too much or not crying at all mean that you have interfered with the natural process. Trust yourself and trust the process. Acknowledge the feeling that is generating the tears. Allow yourself to feel and respond with tears. Take care of yourself and trust that your tears will stop. Tears do not mean weakness, they mean you are human. And I'm telling you, folks, look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. Say it daily. Get the book, The Portable Therapist. I'm going through this book chapter by chapter. Keep watching me. Like, sub, and share my videos with this very, very life-changing message from the book, The Portable Therapist. And that's all I can say. I mean, you gotta, it's your choice to change your life. And you can change your life just by the one simple process of looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you, and keep saying it over and over again, no matter how you feel. Douglas Bickford, I'm motivated for you. Y'all have a great day out there.